And it looks like he's hovering core. That's the best core skin in the game. I'm being biased 100%, but I love it. It looks so fun.
You know,
What
the magic hat. Bring it to
magic
life.
hat, snowman, with boxer gloves, beating you to death. What more?
It makes sense.
Yes.
You know, it is the winter championship. He has the winter skin. He's got the home field advantage.
Yeah. I like that Diakou's banning out Blackguard Keep to take away that extra home field advantage.
Yeah.
Shout out to the lore. But we're going to go to game one. He's using the defensive stat, so he's bringing his defense up to 8.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of players have different philosophies when it comes to their stances, but we're going to go into game one here with Aggz finding the gauntlets here, and Diakou waiting a little bit for this weapon. He finds that neutral in the sidelight, finds the sword, and is kind of exchanging blow to blow right now with Aggz.
Yeah, a little bit of neutral game going on. Great string from Diakou. He's got Aggz0 off stage. Can he convert? Beautiful extra damage off that neutral light.
Oh, I love that patience. He hit that down light, and then instead of following up, he literally just pivoted in place and then continued the string. Aggz bringing Diakou into the orange, but Diakou returning with his own string, goes for that recovery to go high, down air, dodges through that recovery, and sends Aggz up with his own recovery, and now has an axe. He's going to go for these finishing side airs.
Damage build going pretty evenly across the board until this most recent hit right there. Interesting because Brawlhalla's a very low defense legend and core very
He's compensating obviously with the defense stance, but it's still pretty low. 4 is a low stat. Diakou going for that ground pound there. There's the neutral sig that we were talking about. He went for the read, but Aggz had the patience, or maybe just to get to the platform, the weapon toss, stuffs the recovery, takes the lead on game one here with core.
All right, just a minute into the game, but you know what? Not that far behind. Aggz0 deep in the red. Diakou with that very strong Brawlhalla should be able to find a KO in just another hit or two.
That side air barely KOing. It looked like he was going to live long enough to not make it back to the stage, but the dinosaur ends up chopping him there at the end, and he moves it up 2-2, and the damage wasn't even dealt to Diakou as he is here now taking the lead from what was originally a deficit. Spot dodge read gets a nice neutral air to be able to punish that down light coming out from Aggz0, and Aggz0 is trying to find a way in and just failing.
The return of Sword God here, piling on that damage, rolling across the stage.
I like the mix-up from Diakou. Sometimes what he'll do is he'll cancel a jump early with a dodge into gravity cancel down light, saying, all right, I'm going to look like I'm going for an aerial here, but instead I'm going to stop midway to catch you trying to punish me for whatever it is that you think I'm going to do.
Yeah, that far on the far edge of that platform, as close to that kill box as possible.
Hitting him with the disco breakdance. I love seeing that move KO. I don't think it ever should, but the fact that he landed it is amazing. Side light and a recovery. The recovery does not connect. Side air comes out, and he's not able to find the down light. Is dodged out from Diakou, but Daikou's taking a lot of damage.
Whoa.
What a read!
Man, and just as Diakou had him close to the kill box with the down sig on the heavies, he just did it the same with that. Oh my gosh, just explode the earth up in the air.
Into the air, and at a relatively early percent. I wouldn't have said Daikou's damage was a kill percent there, but because he was so high up in the first place and the force so strong, nice dash back, trying to get an opportunity to Diakou, but Diakou with that solid Aggz string, nair into Sair, trying to find another Sair to dodge forward. Aggz0's looking for these side light beginnings. Neutral like it's stuck. There's that signature that I'm talking about. If you use that down sig in the air, you descend and then you hit the opponent off the stage, and Diakou taking that lead, takes game one. A massive damage differential there at the end. He didn't even break 400.
Stocks were even, but it felt very much so in Daikou's favor.
Yeah, Diakou was whooping on that core. But core managed to keep it competitive, managed to keep it even. We're banning out the stages again. I'm wondering if we're going to go to Mammoth or Blackguard Keep.
It's a good question. I know a lot of people in the production room have been asking for Miami Dome.
You know, I've been asking for Miami Dome. Duke was asking for Miami Dome.
Yeah.
We love the stage, and I understand.
I'm with Duke. I understand. It is a very new map.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's got
what? But
different...
sometimes you just have some fun. I understand money might be on the line. You're trying to win. But Miami Dome. Anyways, we're going into game number 2 here. Aggz0 getting the early damage, and any damage that he gets is pretty nice. That ground pound raw just comes out of that dash jump. Diakou trying to find a weapon, goes for a cheeky downlight there, but is not quite able to connect. And Aggz0 is winning out the neutral so far, as he's just trying to deny the weapons. Gets a nice hit, even though Diakou picks up his weapon, but doesn't get anything else. Nice scoop, goes in for an air, doesn't connect.
Diakou trying to find some damage of his own as he's going almost into the red, off stage, danger zone.
Daikou's got to be really careful with this jump stare. Side sig sends him flying, and that's it. That signature is powerful, and if you're on the edge of the stage, goodbye to your stock.
Clean, quick, 40 seconds on the clock. just about a full stock lead for Aggz0.
And Aggz0 with the hammer already found himself one of those neutral airs. A hammer neutral air is going to devastate you, especially with Jawl's defense. And he found a nice stomp in the side light. Diakou looking really close. He dodges out of the way of the weapon thrower, goes for a downlight, but Aggz0's being very careful not to land on his opponent. Diakou's expecting him to be landed on a lot, and Aggz0's doing a good job of not doing that. Maybe he did that a few times at the beginning, but you saw there, dodged out of the way of Diakou's jump gravity cancel read, and then went in for the punish.
That was close, and you know what? I really like Aggz0's use of his dodge when he chooses to time it.
He got the dodge! Doesn't find it, but as you were saying,
Aggz0 is just very smart about his dodge timing when he uses it. He's gotten a lot of grounded spot dodges into immediate punish on Diakou.
Right.
And you don't see that really that often.
And there's that side light, waits for that dodge, goes for the hard recovery, where he gets the weapon toss, dashes back rather, into a neutral light, and Diakou is now finding himself very deep in the kill percent. Aggz0 as well, but Aggz0 still has his first stock. Diakou is on stock number 2, soon finding himself going to be on his last stock if Aggz0 is able to get that stop, side air, gets that KO. This is a huge turnaround for Aggz0 compared to game 1.
Absolutely, he's working on a 3 stock.
Oh, he goes for that downlight neutral stick, but he was just too late. And these Scotland strings are going insane. I think Aggz0 is making an excellent adjustment, and Daikou's not. Or see that? Daikou's gone for a lot of gravity cancel downlights. He's trying to catch his opponent as he lands. And Aggz0's like, I see you. You're just standing in place, trying to read me, and I'm going to wait for that dodge every time and smack you with a Sarah. 3
That's a 3 stock.
You have 3 stocks. 196. Diakou immediately goes into the map selection there. That was brutal. It was like,
run it back.
Aggz0 with the game
right
one,
now.
and went, you know what, Diakou, you're not mixing up anything. You need to change who you're going to play. Otherwise, I'm not going to die once to you.
Are you saying download complete?
I'm saying download complete. I'm saying that Diakou needs to go to the next level. Otherwise, that he's just going to get knocked out of this tournament.
Insane turnaround. Aggz0 was just amazing. And going back again
and they
to
agreed to
Fortress.
This is scary because Aggz0 was winning neutral. Diakou needs to be more... he needs to mix up what moves he's going to use if he's going for these gravity cancel mix-ups. Because at the moment, they're not mix-ups. They're failing to convert into anything. So as Aggz0 goes in, gets the gauntlets once more, finds a neutral light, and he's always picked up a nice little early lead with the gauntlets. Diakou finding a weapon sooner than later, however, and finds that nice side light into Nair. Doesn't get the Sarah conversion, but it's still good damage.
Both of them fighting it out in neutral, trying to get a couple hits here and there, keeping the damage build relatively even.
Side light comes out, Diakou doing these nice dash jumps, looking for a down air or a Sarah to catch Aggz0 being too grounded now. He's mixing up a little bit, finds a nice landing neutral air, tries to go for a second Nair, but he's already on the ground. Side light into Nair. He's got Aggz0 racking up damage, but we gotta remember the defense difference is showing here, as I think Daikou's gotten more hits, but Aggz0's nearly got the KO with that side stick. As he goes for a Sarah, the ground pound, that's the first stock. Aggz0 is unfazed by Daikou's change of game plan.
I think this really has a lot to do with the weapon matchup. Diakou, whenever he has the axe, he's doing pretty well with that extra space control. You see him doing these preemptive attacks.
And we see right there, that weapon
Ties
toss
up the
after the
stuff.
string ties it up. But as you were saying,
But it seems like Aggz0 has a bit of a read on his sword. Diakou isn't really able to get as much ground against him.
I think you're correct. As he goes into the sword, he's looking for that GC downlight. Doesn't connect, but the side lights are coming out now with the ground pound. This is scary. But Aggz0, he might put himself into a bad position too. Whenever you go for those offstage ground pounds, you are at risk at losing your jumps yourself, no matter what the percent of damage you've taken. And Diakou is landing his sword ground pounds. There's a nice down air. Doesn't catch him with the Nair. And Diakou is finding these sword neutralites. Weapon toss into side light. Goes for that head read. It doesn't get punished for it. These ground pounds are looking scary, but Diakou... What a down sig. Sends him flying. He doesn't have a dodge at the moment. He manages to get back to the stage and find that hammer, but Daikou's winning all of the neutral interactions right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. He's definitely answering back, saying, you know what? My sword is good. Fix your face. Look at this. Take the stock. Take the lead.
I almost feel like when Diakou gets 3 stocked, he takes it personally because he's going in. Those side sigs are looking like he's aiming for the player on the other side of the screen, not against Core, because those were devastating. And Aggz0 is finding so much difficulty having success at what he was doing earlier. Daikou's made the necessary adjustments. He's changing where he's going for these reads. Aggz0 putting in the gauntlets, trying to get those recovery conversions, but Daikou's dodging out of it. He goes for that heavy down sig read, doesn't connect this time, but the Sarah sends him off stage. Will the weapon toss or ground pound do it? Diakou gets sidelighted. I think that might be it.
Not able to make it, just shy of the corner.
And that's what Aggz0 needed. Diakou was looking crazy in control of that game. And now we're on last stock, game 3. This is tournament stock for both players.
Oh my go. Shades of match 1 coming in here. 1 stock apiece. Still, even damage.
They're very afraid to start the string right now. There's the silent recovery. Aggz0 gets the damage that he wants, but Diakou returns with his own string. Sarah does not connect. Ground pound comes in, and Daikou's looking for a weapon toss, and he gets punished for it. The down air covers Diakou as he tries to go back for his weapon and puts him into the orange. Aggz0's looking for these opportunities.
The weapon switch that came from Diakou. He's like, all right, this axe isn't really working out. Let me rotate around, see if I can get something with the sword. Rapid switch to unarmed. He's just keeping Aggz0 on his toes.
And there's the sidelight nair. Down air. He's putting the damage in, but Aggz0, he's got so much defense. He dodges out of the weapon toss, and Daikou's unarmed, but he doesn't care. He's punching with his fist. That's dangerous. He goes off stage with that ground pound, and I'm immediately worried for his life. Side sig does not connect like it did before, but Daikou's like, all right, I've got him in kill percent. I just have to hit him with one of these signatures. Weapon toss, ground pound, anything. He goes for the most risky thing in the book.
Just gets over the weapon throw.
Slide charge down sig, unarmed. Aggz0 picks up the hammer. He's gonna look for that side sig. Doesn't connect, but Diakou is being very careful with his dashes. Isn't going to go for anything too risky here as he's holding onto the side of the stage. Side sig does not connect again. Weapon toss, cider! That's it! Aggz0 gets the KO.
2-1 over Diakou.
2-1 over Diakou with a very, very close D-line stare. The hammer is able to pick up that KO. Wow!
That was insane.
What a set. Aggz0 with that core.